Okay, so easy access when showing your property. This is a conversation you're going to want to have with your realtor pretty early on when you are laying out, the expectations of what's to come when your house gets on the market. When your house is positioned and set up for success, meaning the photos are done and it looks great, the property's been staged, the house is priced right. When properties hit the market, buyers are gonna see that value and they're gonna wanna get in right away because they know, especially in the spring and summer market, there's gonna be a lot of competition. So they wanna get in before anybody else, and that's what we want. We want them to come into your home. We want them to fall in love, have that FOMO, that fear of missing out because other buyers are going to come in and see that property. And so we want them to, like I said, come in, fall in love, write an offer, and everybody's happy. The thing is, even though that sounds great, understand that means there's going to be a lot of people wanting to come into your home at times that may be inconvenient for you. Especially if, you have kids, if you might be working evenings. There's a lot of things that just kind of come with showing your home that's going to disrupt your life. It's inconvenient, I know, because buyers are going to typically come when they're off of work, which is when you're trying to get home, cook dinner. So there's definitely got to be a plan and strategy in place for how you're going to, what's the game plan for getting out of the house, which we want you to get out of the house. But that's another topic on another video. Right now, we're just talking about providing easy access to the buyers. So you've got your game plan. You want to get out. The thing is, you want to give buyers no excuse not to see your house, right? We don't want to give them 24, 48-hour notice before you can go see the property. Because the thing that would happen, unless you're using that as a strategy, and again, that's another topic for another day. We can talk about that. But unless there's a very strategic reason why you're doing that particular thing, if you make it hard for a buyer to come and see your house, or say you're going to, 24-hour notice, they'll say, okay, and they'll go ahead and schedule some other properties. And the thing is, most likely they're going to fall in love with something else, and they're not even going to see your home. They're going to cancel that showing and write an offer on another property. And we don't want that to happen. So even though it's inconvenient to have people coming through your home, again, if you're set up for success, that inconvenience is going to be short-lived because we're going to get somebody in, they're going to fall in love, write an offer, and we're done. And then we're going to take it off the market, and you don't have to have people constantly coming through your home. So just be prepared for that inconvenience just for a little bit. And just to make it a little bit easier for the buyers, for the agents, for yourself, here's a couple tips. One, when it comes to you yourself getting ready to leave really quickly, you may want to consider meal prepping prior to going on the market, especially that first week or first weekend. So that way you don't have to come home and do a lot of cooking and then just to find out that you have someone coming to see your house in an hour, right? Food's already made, or you're going out to eat. If it's convenient for you, if your house is going live on the weekend, maybe you guys are leaving that debut weekend, staying at friends or family or a staycation someplace, and that way the showing process could be what we call a go and show. You don't have to gain permission per se. If it's not bumping heads with another appointment, they're free to show it. Unless you do want to have overlapping showings, that's another option or strategy. Sometimes that could work because, like I said, it kind of shows that FOMO, right? They're not the only ones, those buyers are not the only buyers looking at your property. Another thing to consider is the type of lockbox you put on your property. If you put a Supra lockbox, which I don't have my Supra around here, but it's an electronic lockbox that's Bluetooth activated. I love because it's more secure. As a realtor, I could track who is coming in and out of your house when, and if something was to happen, then of course I know who came in your property last and all that good stuff. That is one form of lockbox you could have on your door. Now there may be some agents that are not in the market, not in our MLS market that has access to the Supra, in which case you may want to have a combination lockbox. Again, we could get into deeper conversation of why you would want one over the other, pros and cons, all that good stuff. But that's just another option you could have. So you could have the Bluetooth lockbox, you could have the combination lockbox, you can have it where a lot of doors nowadays have the keypads. You could create a guest keypad combination, and they can use that to get in. Also, you can have it where they pick up the key from the listing agent's office or from the listing agent directly. I do not recommend those options. I used to do them. I used to do that when I first got into real estate. That used to be a thing. We go to the office. But again, with a lot of agents working with a lot of buyers, again, it's going to cause more friction that may cause them to put your property on the back end, where the agent can schedule a tour where they're able to pick up that key and drop it off at a timely manner. And again, that friction is what's going to make it less likely for your home to be seen first. Not saying your home won't be seen, but it probably won't be seen first. Like the agent's probably going to set up a tour that's a little easier for them to get in and out of, and then set yours for another date because they have to make an additional out the way stop. And they will do it as a professional. They will do it for their clients. But the thing is, you run the risk of, like I said, buyers falling in love with another property while they're trying to figure out how to gain access to your home. So that's an idea when it comes to the different types of access, right? You can give showing blocks where you could say, hey, you can only see from this time to that time. Have that conversation with your agent. Again, like I said, if you're working from home or working evenings, of course, we want to put that into consideration and not having people going through your property when you are at work or when you're trying to sleep because you just got off of work. Another thing is you don't want to be home during showings. And this is not so much easy access, but I do want to give that bonus tip. Don't be home. Don't be home. Don't be home. Don't let them see you. It's really awkward for buyers and their agents. They feel like they're intruding when they're looking through someone's home. I mean, they already feel that way looking through someone's home when you're there, when your things are there. But especially if they see you or you're there, they're not. I promise you, I've seen it so many times. They're not going to really look through the home and envision themselves there because you're already there. They walk through and they whisper to me all the time, this is awkward. Can we hurry up and go? And they never put an offer on it because they didn't even really see the house. They sped through it so fast to get out of that weird situation. So don't be there. And then also it's a protection for you, right? Because, I know as well-meaning as you may be, and want to give information to help the buyer make that decision to purchase your house. A lot of times what happens is you accidentally open your mouth to say something kind or helpful, but shows your playing hand, your cards, right? You lose your negotiating power or you say something that turns off the buyer. So all those things can happen. But like I said, that's just a little bonus tip. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but don't be home, okay? Another way you can make fast showings work for you in terms of like quick turnaround, I would suggest getting a cube, like one of those canvas cubes or a Rubbermaid tote. And that way it'll be easy for you to hide things, right? Like clear off the countertops, just shove everything in that cube and put it in a closet. Stick it under the sink, stick it under the bed if you can. Use your dishwasher like a storage, right? Like extra pots and pans, just stick it in there, shut it, and don't turn it on, and then leave. And that would make it like easier for you to go through. So those are just my tips. Like I said, I know it's inconvenient. I understand, but it's what's necessary to get your home sold quickly, right? Let's get the buyers in. Let's get them in love with your property, get under contract, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're done. So give that some thought. If you have more questions or want to really discuss anything deeper that I've kind of mentioned in this video, feel free to reach out and we'll have that conversation. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.